quiet hum of Earth's orbital stations filled the control room, screens glowing softly with data streams. Scientists and officers moved quickly, but their eyes were fixed on a strange signal that had just appeared from the far edge of the solar system. It was unlike anything humans had ever received before, a pattern of pulses that seemed too deliberate to be natural. Admiral Clark leaned over the main console, his brow furrowed. "This isn't a meteor or a comet, Captain, this is intelligence, and it's heading straight for us." His voice carried both curiosity and caution, a mixture every officer in the room felt deep in their bones. The signal repeated itself, each pulse carrying a rhythm that almost seemed like a warning. The computers tried to decode it, but the pattern was advanced, more complex than any Earth technology. Even the brightest minds in communication struggled to make sense of it. Meanwhile, on Earth's surface, news of the signal spread quietly among scientists and military advisors. There was no panic, but a strange tension settled in the hearts of everyone who knew what it meant. Humans were not alone in the universe, and now, the proof was undeniable. Admiral Clark called for the battle fleet to be mobilized. A series of massive warships and smaller agile vessels prepared to leave orbit. Each ship was equipped with the latest technology, energy shields, and weapons designed to handle unknown threats. The human fleet was ready, not just to fight, but to show strength, to let the universe know Earth was not weak. As the ships powered up, the control room was filled with the low roar of engines, and the bright lights of energy cores flared against the dark backdrop of space. Every crew member felt a mixture of fear and excitement. They were about to face something humanity had never seen, a force from beyond the stars. The signal grew stronger as the fleet approached the source, strange waves of energy interacting with human sensors. It was almost alive, moving, adapting, and testing the fleet. Clark ordered the ships to keep formation, stay calm, analyze, and be ready. "We do not know what we are dealing with yet," he said, his voice steady despite the tension. Suddenly, a blinding flash lit up the darkness, as if a giant eye had opened in the void. The alien ships, massive and silent, appeared, their shapes unfamiliar, glowing with energy that humans had never experienced. The fleet halted, every human vessel holding its ground. The aliens were not attacking yet, but their presence alone sent a clear message. They were powerful, and they were watching. The aliens tried to communicate, sending pulses back through space, but the humans could only understand that these pulses carried intent, curiosity, and perhaps suspicion. Clark studied the signals carefully, trying to determine whether the aliens were hostile or simply observing. Every second was tense, every movement critical. Then, without warning, the aliens sent a powerful energy pulse that pushed the human ships slightly back. The fleet shuddered, alarms blaring, but no ship was destroyed. The humans realized one thing clearly: these aliens were not naive. They were strong, intelligent, and aware of humanity's capabilities. Admiral Clark stood tall on the command deck, looking at the vast alien fleet through the viewport. He knew this was only the beginning. The universe was bigger and more dangerous than humans had imagined, but Earth was ready to face it, with courage, strategy, and power. The signal continued, repeating its strange rhythm, a silent challenge from the stars. Clark whispered to himself, "They are testing us, and we will show them that humanity is not to be underestimated." The fleet braced itself, ready for what was coming next, leaving the audience wondering what would happen when humans finally faced these mysterious visitors. The human fleet drifted cautiously in the darkness of space, sensors scanning every movement of the alien vessels. The strange rhythm of the alien signal continued, a silent pulse that filled the communication channels. Every officer knew that the next moments could decide the fate of humanity. Admiral Clark stood on the command deck, eyes fixed on the view. "Keep formation and maintain shields. No sudden moves. Let them see we are strong but cautious," he said, his voice calm yet firm. The fleet had trained for this moment for years, yet nothing could truly prepare them for real contact. Suddenly, a series of bright flashes erupted from the alien ships, energy beams slicing through the void. The human fleet reacted instantly, raising shields and firing countermeasures. Sparks of light danced across the darkness, and alarms rang through every ship. Each attack was precise, as if the aliens were testing human reactions. Captain Lee of the Falcon-class ship maneuvered skillfully, weaving through the alien beams, showing both courage and quick thinking. The audience could feel the tension, as one wrong move could mean disaster. Meanwhile, smaller human vessels used speed and agility to flank the alien ships, proving that humans were not just powerful, but smart and adaptive. An alien command ship appeared at the center of their formation, massive and glowing, its energy radiating like a living storm. Its appearance was imposing, designed to intimidate, yet the human fleet held steady. The aliens seemed surprised that humans were not retreating or panicking. There was a moment of silence, filled only by the hum of engines and shields, as both sides assessed each other. Then, a larger pulse of energy hit the human flagship, sending vibrations through the deck. Crew members were thrown off balance, consoles flickered, and alarms screamed. Yet no ship was destroyed, the shields held, and the humans quickly regained control, showing their resilience and advanced technology. Admiral Clark looked at the alien fleet and realized something important. They were intelligent, aggressive, and cautious at the same time. They did not strike to destroy immediately. They were curious, perhaps even calculating. Humans had underestimated how smart these beings could be. On the communications panel, strange patterns appeared, a kind of alien attempt to communicate. It was chaotic, but humans detected a rhythm, a code hidden in the flashes of light. Analysts worked quickly to decode it, hoping to understand the aliens' intent before things got worse. Meanwhile, one human ship, the Vanguard, moved dangerously close to an alien scout, attempting to gather more data. The alien vessel responded with a swift energy beam, narrowly missing the Vanguard, creating a moment of intense suspense. Every crew member held their breath, hearts racing, knowing the next seconds could be deadly. Yet, surprisingly, the alien ships halted. As if stunned by human tactics, they did not continue the attack, and the energy beams slowed, retreating slightly. Clark realized that humans had impressed the aliens, showing unexpected skill and courage. It was the first sign that humanity might be a force to respect. The fleet remained on high alert, sensors scanning, weapons ready. The silence that followed was almost deafening, broken only by the faint pulse of alien energy. Clark whispered to his officers, "They are observing, they are learning, and soon, we may see their real intentions." The audience is left with a mixture of tension and curiosity. Waiting for the next part, the human fleet hovered in the vast emptiness of space, every ship on high alert. The alien vessels had paused, but no one in the fleet relaxed. Admiral Clark knew this was only the beginning. The aliens were intelligent, and intelligence demanded respect. Captain Lee studied the alien formation, noticing small patterns in their movement. "Admiral, they are trying to predict our actions, but they are slow to adapt," he said, pointing at the screens. Clark nodded, realizing that humans had an advantage in creativity and unpredictability, something the aliens might not fully understand yet. The fleet moved with precision and coordination, each ship performing maneuvers that blended speed, stealth, and firepower. The humans were not just reacting, they were thinking ahead, forcing the aliens to respond. Every energy pulse and laser beam was calculated, showing both strength and intelligence. Meanwhile, on the smaller ships, crews worked tirelessly to exploit weaknesses in the alien formation. Sensors detected small gaps in their energy fields, gaps that humans could use without direct confrontation. It was a subtle dance of strategy, courage, and timing, something the aliens had clearly not expected. One of the alien vessels attempted to flank the human fleet, hoping to test the smaller ships. Captain Lee took action immediately, weaving the Falcon-class vessel in unexpected patterns, dodging beams and striking back with precision. The aliens fired relentlessly, but humans adapted faster, each move showcasing human ingenuity. Admiral Clark realized that humans had something more than weapons and shields. They had strategy, teamwork, and courage, qualities that no technology alone could create. The aliens' eyes or their equivalents seemed to widen, as if stunned by the humans' unexpected tactics. On the command deck, Clark spoke into the communication channel. "Maintain focus, do not underestimate them, but use every advantage we have." His calm voice inspired confidence. The crews followed orders flawlessly, each action building a web of strategy that humans alone could weave. Suddenly, an alien commander ship emerged from the formation, larger and more imposing than the rest. Its energy radiated like a storm, challenging the human fleet directly. Clark knew this was the test. The aliens wanted to see how humans would respond under direct threat. Without hesitation, the fleet executed a bold maneuver, surrounding the commander ship with smaller, faster vessels while the larger warships maintained a protective barrier. Energy beams clashed in spectacular displays, lighting up the darkness. Each human ship acted like part of a single organism, synchronized and unstoppable. The aliens fired back, but their attacks were less coordinated, hesitant, as if they were learning the limits of human strategy. The commander ship pulsed brightly, almost as if acknowledging human skill. Clark understood that humans had turned the tide, not through superior numbers, but through intelligence, teamwork, and fearlessness. As the clash continued, a moment of tense silence fell over the fleet. Both sides paused, observing each other. The humans had proven something undeniable. They were clever, fast, and dangerous when united, and the aliens had begun to realize the true power of humanity. Admiral Clark looked out into the vast darkness, a small smile on his face. We are not just survivors, we are strategists, and today, the universe will learn that humans are a force to respect. The fleet braced itself, knowing that the ultimate test was still ahead. Leaving the audience eager, the human fleet moved with confidence now, their ships glowing against the darkness of space. The alien commander watched cautiously, clearly surprised by the human skill and coordination. Admiral Clark knew it was time to show true strength, not to destroy, but to send a message. Every ship in the fleet activated its energy shields fully, weapons systems humming with power. Clark gave a single order: prepare the demonstration. Everyone stayed sharp. The fleet responded instantly, a wave of light and energy spreading across the void, showing humans were ready for any threat. Smaller ships darted around the alien vessels, precise and swift, while larger warships unleashed coordinated energy pulses, powerful enough to shake the alien fleet, but carefully controlled to avoid unnecessary destruction. The aliens were taken aback, their formation faltering. Their senses could not fully comprehend the magnitude of human power. Captain Lee guided the Falcon-class ship directly into a daring position near the alien commander, sending a burst of controlled energy as a warning. The alien ships pulsed and shimmered, reacting with both curiosity and caution. It was clear they had never faced an opponent like humanity before. Admiral Clark addressed the fleet calmly. We are not here to conquer, but to show that Earth is not weak. Let them see that any aggression will meet a force they cannot ignore. His words carried over the comms, steady and commanding, inspiring confidence and courage. The alien fleet tried to regroup, forming tighter formations and firing bursts of energy. But humans had anticipated their moves. Every countermeasure, every maneuver, highlighted human ingenuity, showing that strength was not just in weapons, but in planning and courage. A massive pulse of energy from the human flagship lit up the darkness, illuminating the alien ships with brilliance. The aliens paused, confused and cautious, their senses picking up the humans' controlled but overwhelming power. They had underestimated humanity, and now they were learning the hard way. In a stunning moment, the aliens halted all attacks, leaving the human fleet untouched. Clark knew this was the critical point. The humans had demonstrated power without causing mass destruction, a balance of strength and restraint that left a lasting impression on the alien commanders. The fleet slowly moved forward, sending signals of peace and warning. We are powerful, but not reckless. Any hostile actions against Earth will meet consequences. The aliens responded with strange pulses, almost like acknowledgement. Clark realized that respect had been earned, not demanded. Yet the demonstration was not without tension. A new alien signal emerged, larger and more complex than before, hinting at unknown forces watching, or perhaps a challenge that was still to come. The human fleet braced itself, every ship on alert, prepared for whatever might arrive next. Admiral Clark looked out at the dark expanse, a sense of pride swelling in him. Humans had proven their strength, cleverness, and courage. The universe had taken notice, and Earth was no longer a hidden world. The audience is left with excitement and anticipation for the final part, wondering what the ultimate outcome of this first encounter would be. The human fleet drifted slowly, energy shields still glowing softly. The alien vessels hovered nearby, quiet and observant. Admiral Clark knew the moment had come to send a clear message, not with destruction, but with strength and diplomacy. Through the communication channels, Clark sent a series of carefully coded pulses, a mix of warning and peace. The aliens received the signal, paused, and their energy pulses changed, softer now, almost like acknowledgement. It was the first sign of understanding between two very different civilizations. Captain Lee scanned the alien fleet, noticing small changes in their formation. They were cautious but no longer aggressive. The aliens had learned that humans were not to be underestimated. Each human ship reflected the determination and bravery of its crew, a reminder that strength came not just from technology, but from courage, a senior officer reported. They are responding positively. Admiral, they are willing to communicate. Clark nodded, relief and pride mixing in his chest. Humanity had faced a force far more advanced than anything on Earth, and yet, they had earned respect without firing a single destructive shot. The alien commandership pulsed brightly, almost like a signal of approval. Their strange language of light and energy carried meaning. They understood power, strategy, and restraint, qualities humans had demonstrated perfectly. Clark realized that this encounter had changed the perception of Earth in the galaxy forever. The fleet began to move homeward, their mission complete. Yet the encounter had left a lasting impression on every crew member. They had seen the universe's vastness, felt its dangers, and yet proved that humans could stand tall among the stars. It was a victory not measured in destroyed ships, but in respect earned and strength shown. On the command deck, Clark spoke quietly to his officers. This is only the beginning, but today, we have shown what humanity can achieve. The universe now knows that Earth is a force to be reckoned with. The crew exchanged proud glances, knowing they had been part of something historic. As the fleet returned to orbit around Earth, news of the encounter spread quickly, inspiring people across the planet. Humanity had proven itself, not through war alone, but through intelligence, courage, and unity. The story of the first contact with the aliens would be remembered for generations, a tale of hope, pride, and human ingenuity. Yet even as humans celebrated, Clark knew the galaxy was vast, full of mysteries and challenges yet to come. The aliens had retreated for now, but they had left a clear message. Earth was no longer hidden, and humans were not weak. The universe had taken notice, and humanity had earned its place among the stars. The fleet floated silently, stars stretching infinitely in every direction. Humanity had faced the unknown, and had not only survived but impressed. The pulse of the alien signal faded, replaced by a calm that hinted at a future filled with both caution and curiosity. Clark smiled, ready for the next chapter of humanity's journey into the cosmos.